Hello there, my fellow goblins, witches, and wizards. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. Fab, and today we're going to be going over our first conspiracy theory. Now, this conspiracy theory, as I'm not sure what I'm going to name this video, so it may or may not have been revealed. I just saw literally this morning, like as I was getting ready for school, because I do go to college. Looks aren't gonna get me anywhere anymore because there's too many beautiful people in this world. It's basically the Titanic conspiracy theory. Basically what it means is that the gist of it, I'm going to explain it all in detail, but the gist of it is that Rose basically makes everything up. Not like the whole sinking the ship that actually happened, that's historically proven. I mean the whole Jack part, like Jack was made up. Jack never existed. There was no true love thing going on or something. I don't know. Let's get started, shall we? Okay. Was Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, rather wonderfully, I might add. That was the first movie that I ever saw with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. So every time I think of him, I think of Titanic. It's just something I do. So yeah, was he an imaginary person? I don't know. Do you think? What do you think? I think absolutely nothing. I think this is all just humble jumbo stuff. Okay. Although I will never forgive Rose for not saving him, whether he was real or not. She still let him die. There was obviously room for two people there, but she didn't want to save him. She didn't want to say Rose is a murderer. That's all I gotta say about that. But would I be willing to forgive her, or would you, would we be able to forgive her if he wasn't real? Because I think she's a murderer, and I won't forgive her for murdering someone because she could have saved him. But what if he wasn't real? Would I be able to forgive her? Okay, maybe, but that just means she's psycho. Okay, so this story originated from Reddit. It's a really weird place. Do not go there. I've never been there, but I've heard some crazy stories. This particular Reddit user or Redditor girl believes that she, meaning Rose, the girl, had a psychotic episode aboard the Titanic and made Jack to distract her from her misery. Now, that's kind of placed in a setting. Remember, this is, she's a rich girl. She belongs to a rich family. If you have not seen the movie, I'm pretty sure you have. Everyone has. If you haven't, go see it. Stop this video, go see it, and come back. But anyway, because I don't want to spoil anything. Spoiler, everyone dies. Just except her or several other people. I don't know how this works. Well, anyways, because remember, she is part of a rich family, and her family is forcing her to marry, I think, another rich guy, or a guy with like a higher, or like a high status like them. And remember, Jack isn't, and that's something we put here. The first set of evidence starts that Rose hatred for the man she was forced to marry. Remember, if you watch the movie, she didn't like him. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know exactly what happens, but I know she did not like him, and so that's when she runs away and all that. I don't know how that works. But, this is where it comes in that, it says she's quite possibly, depressed for the fact that she doesn't like the man she's about to marry, but she has no choice in the matter. I would be depressed too. And she contemplates killing herself. And this part I do remember in the movie. I don't know if you remember, is at night and she goes like to the side of the ship or like in the front of the ship and she's about to jump. Remember that? I don't remember. Do you remember? I remember. Obviously, I'm telling you, but yeah, she contemplates killing herself. That's true, as we see in the movie. But miraculously, Jack saves her, and we found out that Jack is actually the exact opposite of Cal, the guy she's married. The guy she's marrying. I think that's his name. It said Cal, C-A-L, but I don't know the full name. I haven't seen them. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie in a really long time. I don't know. And how he seemed a little too good to be true. That we all fall in love with different people different ways. We all have a reason. Um, and as we know, Jack is of poor status. Like, he's not as highly viewed as she was. Like, back then, well, including today, but especially back then, the rich and the poor really didn't mingle much in the Titanic. Like, um, it was just like she was in, like, I think the first class or whatever you call it. Like, she was higher up there. And Jack, as we saw in the movie, he didn't even buy his ticket. He wanted like a gambling game, like poker or some type of game he wanted, so he didn't even pay for it. Even then, he wouldn't have been able to afford a ride. The second evidence, because the first evidence we say was her hatred for the man she's marrying and finding Jack and being too good to be true, and the exact opposite of Cal. The second piece of evidence is Jack's language. Now, I never pay attention to what he's talking about, but it quoted the movie by saying, "If you don't break free, you're gonna die." And basically, what it's saying is that, okay, I can't understand my handwriting. He is basically convincing Rose to stay alive. If I met somebody or I have a friend, I'm gonna talk about suicide. You don't have to. That's not. That's a little out there. This seems a little reachy, but I understand. But still, it seems a little reachy. Why would you not talk someone out of killing themselves? I don't know. But it's basically saying like, it's saying Jack represents Rose's inner strength to rediscover her confidence. So I guess. Could be true, could be not. So it's saying that Jack represents her inner confidence, or her like rediscovery of her inner confidence. So I guess that's why he talks the way he talks. I don't know. But another thing, lastly, not another thing, lastly, it's going to be a relative show, but yeah, I'm really glad. There was no record of him being on the ship. Now, like I said earlier, I actually mentioned this earlier, that he did not buy his ticket, so obviously there's no record of him, in the Titanic log, because, when you buy something, it's your name. He didn't buy it. He won the ticket, so that disproves that theory that why isn't there any record, because he didn't buy the tickets. And it also quoted at the part of the movie, because there's several parts where old Rose is talking to the researchers, and the researchers that are researching the Titanic or whatever. I don't know if this is the beginning or the end part, but they quote her saying, "Old Rose tells researchers," because they ask her, why isn't there any record, or there's no record of him being there. And she says, no, there wouldn't be. He exists only in my memory. Now, that can mean the two things. That can mean one, because, okay, it can go either way. Because one, I can understand how people are saying he never existed. He was just a figment of her imagination, so therefore he only existed in her memory, because no one else saw that imagination. No one else took. This keeps falling. Why does this keep falling? And so that's one side. The other side is that really there's no one else alive to take at that time to take account of him. She's one of the last persons alive. The other people that probably saw him were older than her, like believe her mom saw her, and like the fiance saw him. So those people, I believe, were older than her and probably died before her. So all other eyewitness accounts were gone. She probably, I think at the time, she was the last known survivor, so she was the last eyewitness. So there's no other person to say, yeah, he was there, no, he was not. And there was no, obviously, official documentation, because he did not buy his tickets. And there were no cameras. Even if there was a camera, it would have been destroyed in the sinking of the Titanic. So it's just all a big jumbled mess. I understand why people think Jack is a figment of her imagination, but at the same time, I think it's a little too far-fetched. In my honest opinion, this conspiracy theory is not true. It was fun. It joggled me in the morning, because it's in the morning, but now that I'm looking at it again, and I was researching it, and I was writing it down, and I was looking at it several times from several different sources, It just, now that I'm talking to y'all about it, it just doesn't make sense. So, wonder what you all think. Let me know in the bottom down below what you all think, if it's true, if it's not true. If you have anything to add, anything to disprove on my part, go right ahead. The comment section is all yours. And don't forget to just subscribe to become a member of the FAB Fab family. The reason why I say FAB because people say I say different things, but I'm saying Fab, FAB, Fab family. And make sure to give the like button a press, because that really helps me and my little small channel to grow further. And a reminder, we're having the 100 subscriber giveaway, so if you haven't already, subscribe. And get your friends on board so they can join the fun too. The quicker we get there, the quicker we can get this over with. My next, giveaway probably won't be to the 500 subscribers or 1,000. Not entirely sure yet, but 100 is the closest landmark. 9 people away from that, so let's get this done. See y'all tomorrow. Give a boy his lipstick. Bye.